Hey, Pups here! Did you know that Tower of Adventure shared a whole bunch of game modes and concepts with us that hardly anybody's talking about? Yeah, I didn't know either until a few days ago. And I've been involved in the community ever since the half-anniversary came out, so if I missed it, I can guarantee you that a lot of our returning players and new players have missed it too. Back in ye olden days of English live streams, Micmac translated and shared with us a roadmap for 2025. There were a lot of things in this roadmap that we've already seen, such as the Tower Arena and Figurine Gacha, but he also shared a lot of things that we haven't gotten yet, or expansions on these features that aren't in the game right now. The very first thing that a lot of people are looking forward to is a roguelike game mode. Think of it as Tower Relay and Error Busters from Kingdom having a love child. It takes the concept of let's see how far your team can go and puts it on steroids. At certain intervals, you'll be able to add another effect to your arsenal, and the farther you go, the more effects and buffs that you're able to get. In the stream, they showed a really fun example of Lemon Zest's ability being replaced with cream soda waves. The potential of having some really wacky combinations. I'm all here for it. Since they did come out with Tower Relay and an Extreme Boss Challenge, they have played around with some really wacky effects with the skills, such as being able to summon multiple twisted donut turrets. From a development standpoint, it seems like they're really playing around with coming out with this roguelike mode and seeing just how far they can go with it. The second thing that they talked about was a tower defense type of game mode. We already have something similar to this in the seasoning dungeons where you have to defend the drill, but after you beat it once and you already did all your training missions for that season, there's kind of no reason to play it anymore. It also has the unfortunate limitation of being a single player game mode. However, the idea of having some sort of defense game mode where you can work as a team to defend a point or defend a train or whatever skin you put on it, I think that could be really fun. Because honestly, doing it by myself is stressful, but if I had some friends doing it with me and supporting me, I think it would be a lot more fun. During the preview of this game, it was in very early prototype, but they did show that there was the possibility of pickups, and I'm kind of interested to see what effects those would have. It could be as generic as a health boost, or it could be, as we were mentioning earlier with the roguelike, and give you some really powerful and unique abilities to play around with. The third thing that I want to talk about is not necessarily a game mode in itself, but just different concepts that they played around with that could expand the gameplay a lot. One of which was changing the camera view to be a side scroller. I think that going back to the roots as an event mode for the anniversary would be a lot of fun and really fitting, because it's like, look at where we are now versus where we came from, you know? There's so much space for platforming, shooting, special abilities, or just the good old jumping and sliding. And on the subject of jumping, they did talk about the possibility of implementing a jump option in regular gameplay. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, for the majority of the game modes that we already have, I am not really keen on them adding a jumping option. However, if they were to develop a separate game mode where you could jump instead of attack, I would be a really big fan of that. They did bring up the possibility of having a sort of battle royale, trying to survive, be the last one standing. I am all for it, and I hope that we can see it in the anniversary or soon. And the last thing that I want to talk about today is technically a feature that we already have, but it felt like it was more expanded upon in the prototype version, which is a little bit surprising, and that is with the figure gacha, specifically with the displays. In the prototype version, they did show off different types of displays, like one looked like a showcase, one looked like a little pedestal, and it seemed like you could choose which ones that you wanted to display, and this is simply not something that we have in the game right now. Now, the displays that we have in the game currently are nice, and I like that they're separated by the gacha that you pull them from, so like all the figurines from one world are going to be on the same shelf. You know, that's all fine and dandy. However, it kind of falls prey to the same issues as like the museum from Animal Crossing, where it looks really cool, but once you collect everything, everybody's shelf looks the same. And since they're working on more customization options such as what they did with our profiles where we can display the badges that we want. I really hope that these kind of things, like where we can get different shelves and choose the figurines that we want to display, also becomes a thing.
What would you like to see as a figurine? The chat is a little bit messy today, but that's alright. I've seen worse. Lemon zest. Okay, so the cookies. Yeah, of course the cookies are going to be there.
With how confidently that he spoke that we were going to be getting figurines of Cookies, it makes me wonder why we haven't yet. Maybe it's a feature that they have planned in order to expand the training system to sort of show the mastery and how much you love a certain cookie. And there are other ways they could implement it, but I don't know. That is all that I have for you today. So if there's anything that you learned or anything that you want to talk about, just put it in the comments below. I can't wait to see which one of these things are implemented and how they're implemented. So thank you all for watching. You have a blessed day and keep being awesome. See ya!